Hey YouTube, this is Melantar VA.
And this is Sakia Amano.
And finally we get to talk about a game that's almost universally loved, Sonic Generations. Are you excited for this?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so first we should probably talk about the rest of the Studiopolis cast since this game actually began, starting with Travis Willingham. God, I miss Travis. I wish he'd come back. He was probably the best iteration of Knuckles the voice cast ever had.
I know, right? His voice definitely fit Knuckles for sure.
Next is Cindy Robinson. Cindy, thank God you dropped the Minnie Mouse shtick, because really, that was irritating.
Yeah, and it just doesn't fit Amy.
Next, we have Michelle Ruff as Cream. Why did it have to be Michelle? She was Shinon in the dub of Sword Art Online, for God's sakes.
Yeah, it's like, why pick her to voice Cream? Cream.
Oh yeah, that should have gone to Wendy Lee, I think, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Next,
Yeah, because I feel like Wendy
finish?
Lee is better at child characters like that.
Yep, except in Neptunia, but we'll talk about that when we're not recording.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep, okay. Next is Kirk Thornton. Oh boy, Kirk, buddy, you made a meme. Stop it.
Yeah, it's like, you get better as Shadow, so show us the chops.
Exactly. Sadly, this and Free Riders were probably Kirk's worst performance. This was back when he didn't fully understand Shadow.
He failed to do me justice in this game.
Okay, and next is Karen Strassman as Rouge. I know you want to talk about this, Sakia, so go ahead.
Karen Strassman, I can definitely tell, this is where it feels like she's kind of transitioning into the Rouge we know, but it's I feel like her voice is still a little too...
Seductive?
Yeah, just a little too sexualized.
Well, unfortunately, these were the early days when everyone didn't fully understand their characters, so we can forgive that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, there's definitely a show that transition from the Kathleen Delaney Rouge to the Karen Strassman Rouge.
Next is actually Keith Silverman as Vector. Dude was perfect. No complaints.
Oh yeah, he pulls off Vector with aplomb.
Oh yeah, plus this guy is also freaking Hawkmoth and Miraculous Ladybug. The dude's got some talent.
Oh yeah, and some serious range.
Yep. Next we've got Troy Baker as Espio. Troy, can you speak up a little bit? We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. You're broken like this.
Oh yeah, to me, Matt Mercer is the better Espio between the two. Would you agree to that?
Oh yeah.
Next, we've got Colleen Villard as Charmy. Does Charmy sound annoying? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, yes, but at the same time, he doesn't sound like I want to squash him underneath my foot.
Fair enough. So Colleen was a step up. Next, we've got Quentin Flynn as Silver. Motherfucking Axel from Kingdom Hearts is Silver.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Even though Silver doesn't say much, we'll actually probably have a better opinion of Quentin's delivery when we get to Forces. But what did you think from what little you heard of Quentin?
He definitely brings it's really hard to explain.
More energy, would you say? He definitely sounds more like a kid.
Yeah, he sounds less childish, and it's there's more. I feel like there's a little more confidence in his delivery.
And finally, finish.
Yeah. He makes Silver sound more confident.
And finally, Laura Bailey as Blaze. I don't know how to feel about this one. I think she gives Blaze a little too much of a high pitch in her voice.
Yeah. And it's I get it. Blaze is 14, but it's
but Blaze's voice should actually be regal, slightly mature.
Yeah, because again, she is a princess.
Yep, okay, and now that we've covered that, let's talk about the plot, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, Okay, so like the game begins with a classic rendition of the very first level in the franchise, Green Hill Zone. Like, what was your opinion on the classic version of Green Hill Zone?
To be honest, it's probably the best rendition, considering the fact that it feels like a modern Sonic remake of the stage.
Fair enough, and like really, this was probably the best classic Sonic ever played in the modern era, and don't worry, we will get to that when we cover Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
And so after that, we actually move forward in time to Sonic's birthday party, which they never specify how old he is, so Sonic is forever perpetually 15. Meaning, sadly, Sonic will never be old enough to drink.
Right.
Too bad.
I mean, like, a lot of people kind of make a meme that he's now 16 because of the fact that he had a birthday party, but it's like...
At the same time, they never specify whether he's turning 16 or whether it's just a half birthday kind of thing. They never specify that.
Yeah.
Also, Tails giving Sonic a chili dog. I love that chili dogs are making a comeback in the game after Sonic and the Black Knights. Like, they remembered Sonic likes chili dogs.
Yeah, and it's like, especially since that's kind of been a thing since, Sonic's was created, that, chili dogs are his favorite food.
But after that, we get introduced to the big monster. And by the way, this was something I actually failed to mention back in like 06, but I personally believe that Mephiles or Solaris has actually had a hand in like every anniversary title since 06, purely because just because the flame's been blown out, it doesn't mean the god is dead.
Yeah, it just means that essentially nobody remembers him.
Yeah, or that like the experiments never happened, but we already went on about that at the end of the 06 review, so let's get back on track.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't want things getting too disjointed.
Yeah, let's not. We've been getting good about that. Okay, so the Time Eater, as it's officially called, sucks up all of Sonic's friends, and Sonic finds himself in a white void, which will serve as our hub world. It's a 2D hub world, but a hub world nonetheless, and I do appreciate us having it.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of funny because like when you free Sonic's friends as Classic Sonic, they kind of make comments on Classic Sonic's appearance.
Oh yeah, plus like as like modern Sonic, only Amy's comment really seems to freak him out with the entire thanks Sonic, for a while I was afraid I'd never be able to flirt with you again. And like a Sonic's reaction is like, oh god damn it.
Yeah, and it's like, to be honest, it's the whole like stalkerish vibe she gives that it's like, I just can't ship Sonami.
Exactly, which is what made Boom Amy more likable, but we already went on about Boom, so let's move on.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. And since we're actually here, let's talk about each of the levels in the Genesis era, as it's called. Green Hill, good starting level.
Oh yeah, Chemical Plant, that was actually a pretty faithful remake.
But then when we get to Sky Sanctuary, the classic version makes me angry, only because of those spinning platforms, and there was one section where I had to get to a incline and going upwards, but the platform always took me past it, and so when I tried to go back, it made the platform fall apart faster, and I always fucking died.
And there's the fact that while you're running fast enough to avoid it, the ground also breaks away underneath you, like in the classic version.
Yeah, but like sometimes I understand recreating a level for the sake of nostalgia, but sometimes you gotta know when to change something, and we're gonna get to that when we reach an eventual stage that we actually think was given a massive facelift.
Oh yeah. Okay
then, and so after the third level, we get our first major boss battle, or no, before that, let's actually talk about the rival battle of this game, Metal Sonic. It's effectively a recreation, sort of the Metal Sonic fight from Sonic CD. However, you're not racing Metal Sonic, you're actually avoiding the attacks so that you can hit him.
Yeah, but it's essentially a shot, pretty much a recreation of that iconic race from Sonic CD,
Exactly.
with with a remix of that amazing iconic theme.
Oh yeah, like Sonic Generations knew like what to do with the levels they were given. And
And they knew how to make music sound great.
oh yeah, and after that we get our boss battle against the Death Egg Robo, which I'm sorry, but it's not threatening anymore thanks to forces.
No.
Also, the battle's kind of irritating, really. Like, especially during the second phase, because like you're apparently supposed to like hit these switches, which makes these bombs pop up, and you're supposed to make the arm like go into the bomb. But aside from Omo Chow, which by the way, why the fuck is Omo Chow here? There is nothing to tell you that.
Yeah.
However, after that, classic Robotnik, let's be honest, it's fucking classic Robotnik piloting that thing if you know your Sonic history. Gets kidnapped by the Death Eater, and it's here we meet classic Tails. And okay, we got
Time Eater, right?
I said the Time Eater
Using the Death
abducted
Eater.
him. Oh yeah, I'm
Using the
sorry.
Death-
I'm sorry, the Time Eater.
Anyway, yeah. Like Melon was saying, there's kind of an elephant in the room when classic Tails shows up. The fact that
Why
classic
the
Sonic
fuck
doesn't
is he
speak-
talking? Why is classic Tails talking and classic Sonic is not? That doesn't make sense. It
I
should
mean,
be
like, I
one
get that-
way or the other. You cannot have both.
I mean, especially because they could have easily rehired Jaleel White or rehired Martin Burke from the OVA.
But then again, Jaleel would have probably cost a lot of money, and the last time a celebrity was hired, that game kind of tanked, so maybe they didn't want to risk it again, but still, they could have hired somebody.
I mean, again, they could have even hired Martin Burke from the OVA.
Exactly, and Martin was hilarious. Shut up, Tails!
And it's like, and Martin Burke could have actually pulled it off because he basically just sounded like a younger version of modern Sonic.
Exactly, like literally a younger Roger Craig Smith.
Yeah, and it's like you can tell he was trying to go for that vibe, and he pulled it off.
Granted, the OVA was like before Roger Craig Smith, but still.
Yeah, still, he did a damn good job.
Okay then, next stage is actually... Fuck, I still can't remember the name of it. It's that weird level from Sonic Adventure where you're running on the roofs and it ends in the daytime with you going through the
that
city.
one?
Yeah. That's what
I don't
they
remember the name of
chose.
it either, but
Which, weirdly enough, all the levels for this game were chosen by fan poll. Like, all the fans voted for their favorite levels from each of the 9 games that got represented. Some of the choices were weird, and don't worry, we'll get to one in particular that doesn't make sense.
I mean, like, to be honest, I feel like Emerald Coast would have been a better Sonic Adventure stage.
Yeah. Or possibly Red Canyon. Or Ice Cap.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, Ice Cap, yes.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. But anyway, let's see. After that, we get... Oh, we know what level's next.
The flooded station square with the perfect chaos fight.
No. That's the boss fight for that
Oh,
time area. I'm talking rolling around at the speed of sound.
speed of sound.
Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Somehow they made the song fucking better.
Yeah, and it's like, and especially because it feels like it's just a remaster of the original song, but it sounds a ton better.
And by the way, the truck is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's like they actually made the truck chase a little tougher.
Oh yeah, like fucking saw blades, and it chases you up a wall before you get to the goal. That's genius.
Yeah, and it's like, and it makes the whole chase a little more intense.
But the classic version, it's like the truck's following you the whole time. It's like, why the fuck is this here?
Yeah, especially considering the truck chase just happened with modern Sonic.
Exactly, like, leave the truck chase with modern Sonic. Let classic Sonic enjoy the fun, relaxing part of City Escape.
Yeah, seriously.
And the final level of the Dreamcast era, which makes no sense since Sonic Heroes was never on the Dreamcast.
Seaside Hill.
Yep, which really, it should have been Egg Fleet. It should have been
Yeah.
fucking Egg Fleet.
Yeah.
Which is
'Cause,
which is weird because, which is actually weird because like Egg Fleet is on the 3DS version, but it wasn't on this version. What the fuck?
Actually, I did find something out that was interesting about the 3DS version.
What's that?
It turns out Emerald Coast was on the 3DS version.
Why did they include 2 levels from Heroes? When the main version only got
Emerald Coast was
one.
Emerald Coast was from Sonic Adventure.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Remember, that was the first level in Sonic Adventure.
That's right. I'm sorry. I'm a little too excited.
But yeah, anyway, after we
although
do
seriously,
Seaside Hill,
although seriously, Sonic Heroes level, it should have been Egg Fleet.
yes.
And after that, we get our rival battle against Shadow. Somehow, don't ask me how, but somehow they took the classic fight from the end of the Hero and Dark Stories from Sonic Adventure 2 and made it better.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my god, developers, you were on your A game with this. What happened before?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I'm sorry, but it's like, before, it felt kind of like an amateur night version of the fight.
Absolutely, but like this was like essentially both hedgehogs are essentially racing for these power cores and so like once you actually retrieve 2 of them, either Sonic or Shadow gets a super powered attack. And for Sonic, it's literally a super boost where you can take Shadow down.
Oh yeah, and it's just incredibly satisfying to use.
Oh yeah, like more satisfying than simply homing attacking into Shadow over and over again, and actually hoping that like one attack will hit him.
Yeah, it's like, to be honest, that feels like you're kind of cheesing the fight.
Yeah, but then again, sometimes you don't got a choice.
Yeah, I suppose sometimes the fights are so cheap you gotta cheese it.
Yep, and after this, we get Perfect Chaos, which was like here, Perfect Chaos looks threatening.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, like, I'm sorry, you were saying?
And the fight's just more fun in general.
Oh yeah, plus like, Perfect Chaos's design, like original looks like one of those like cheap little plastic finger puppet monsters you actually get from like the doctor's office for doing a good job.
Yeah, no, this one looks like
A kaiju.
Yeah, it literally looks like a kaiju from one of those, like, movies.
And also the remix of Open Your Heart. Honestly, the original version I'm not a fan of, but this version, oh my fucking god!
Fangasming there?
A little bit. Okay, and so after that we go into the modern era, and of course, it's time to address the unicycling pink elephant in the room. What the fuck is Crisis City doing here?
Yeah, again, especially considering the fact that Elise clearly said in Sonic 06, once this flame is blown out, we will have never met, implying the events of 06 never happened.
Exactly, so like, why was Crisis City even an option?
Yeah.
So many better options. Wave Ocean, Aquatic Base.
And
Not
the thing
Kingdom
is,
Valley, fuck
those
that
levels,
place.
I think those levels could have still theoretically existed.
If they gave a reason.
Yeah.
But they don't. Instead, it's just, here's an 06 level, have fun and be traumatized for the rest of the playthrough. I'm sorry, that was in poor taste, but that's how angry it makes me.
Hey, it was stupid.
Yep, but and also, Classic's version of Crisis City, especially at the end with the massive gaps between pieces of the building, that's fucking bullshit!
Yeah.
But thankfully, the modern version, it pretty much fixes Sonic's version of the stage and more.
I mean, hell, like,
Then
I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but
then again, anything is better than the 06 version of that stage.
and after that, we get an epic version of a boss fight with Silver.
That's actually, Sakya, we actually unlocked the rival battles after we beat the 3 stages, so let's not talk about that yet.
Sorry.
That's okay. Next is actually your favorite stage from Sonic Unleashed.
Rooftop Run.
And they did a good job. Although, sadly, some of the gimmicks with classic Sonic were not a good idea. Like the whole hanging onto the clock hands. It's like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
This is not fast. This is not fun.
I mean, like, the point of Rooftop Run was just to, like, you know, get your legs going and kind of get you acclimated with the boost formula.
Exactly, which the modern version of it did.
Run. Like I said, that was entirely the point of Rooftop Run and why it was more linear and kind of easier to play.
And then for the final level, we get Planet Wisp from Sonic Colors. Not a fan of this one. In either modern or classic, purely because you can't complete it without using one of the wisps. And like in Colors, I get it, and it says like it's technically time travel. I get why you would need to use a wisp, but the wisp should be optional. You shouldn't have to use it.
Yeah, like maybe like, you know, they could have given you more points if you use a wisp to kind of like motivate you to use them.
Or like provided like alternate paths in case you didn't want to use it, because frankly I know the Egg Paladin can't stand the wisps.
Yeah.
And after that, we get to the aforementioned rival battle with Silver, and oh my god, they fixed Silver.
Yes.
Thank you.
And the fight was actually fun.
Oh yeah, like granted, it's another running fight, but honestly, given what Silver can do in it, it's like
it makes sense.
Oh yeah, plus like Silver's literally bringing down debris on you, and like at the end, he officially drops a fucking Katamari death ball on you.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
And you get to hit him once that misses, and you get to hit him one last time once that misses.
Oh, yep. And then the ball effectively hits Silver, burying him. And how did he survive that? Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I mean, like, you've beaten the fight.
Yep, and after that...
And what do you know? Silver didn't eat his chest flute.
We are never going to let that joke die.
No.
Okay, then. And after that... we get a fight with the Egg Dragoon, and honestly, the Sonic Generations version, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Purely because of the switching weak points. It's either the head or it's the belly, but it's a pain in the ass to hit either one.
Yeah.
But luckily, after that, the Time Eater shows up again and kidnaps that Eggman, which, in hindsight, it doesn't make sense, but we'll get to that in a minute. And so, after getting all 7 Chaos Emeralds and effectively setting each one in these gear mechanisms of the final gate, we get to encounter the Time Eater. And three guesses who's piloting it. The first 2 don't count. It's Eggman and his classic self, which that's another thing. Eggman says that he needed somebody as like, fuck, I can't
smart
talk.
As him.
Yeah,
he
but
needs somebody as smart as him. Yet at the same time, how is that possible when classic Eggman wouldn't be as knowledgeable about Sonic as he is in the modern?
Exactly, because
he would have been defeated as Sonic multiple times yet.
Oh yeah, plus like in like this game, the classic versions are their past selves, which creates a bit of a plot hole in Sonic Forces, but we will get to that.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep. Oh yeah, plus like this brings the age thing into account. Do we want to talk about that real quick? The whole age thing and how the classic being younger version doesn't make sense to begin with.
Here's kind of the issue. Like before later, there was another reveal that kind of retconned the backstory aspect of classic and modern Sonic. There was kind of the implication that classic Sonic was a younger version of modern Sonic.
Which, given Tails' age, Tails is 8 and Sonic is 15, that doesn't make any goddamn sense!
Yeah, and considering that classic Tails is also 8...
It's like, wait a minute, is Classic Sonic still 15? How can he be the younger version of modern Sonic then? And also, I think it was probably because a few people, actually said that, wait a minute, if modern Sonic is the older version of Classic Sonic, wouldn't he remember all of this? So that was probably another reason that they changed it, because people kept asking that question, why didn't Sonic remember any of this? But at the same time, it's still fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, we get the meme from Kirk Shadow.
Yeah. That one's just cringy.
That's painful. It's like, Kirk, I know you're better than this. You've proven you're better than this. And of course, after that, we go into the Time Eater. And honestly, I don't see why people fucking hate it. I love this fight.
Though there is one thing, the characters all have a massive case of needing to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, sadly, the disease is spreading again.
And
The
here's
shut
the
the
thing.
fuck up disease.
And here's the thing. They keep repeating the same lines over and over.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like if it was like only the first time, or if it was worded differently each time, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But it's because it's the same line every goddamn time.
And it's just a different character saying it.
Mm-hmm. And also,
You know, one time it'll be Vector, another time it'll be Rouge.
another time it'll be Shadow. Which, speaking of this boss fight, it does actually have one other notable flaw to it. The entire fight, you're holding down one button. One button.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it ends fantastically with essentially both of the Sonics effectively drilling through this big fireball and going through the Time Eater.
Yeah.
Which,
And
you were saying?
upon effectively defeating the Time Eater, modern Sonic returns to his birthday party.
With everyone else, which why weren't Shadow and Silver there to begin with, but Blaze was there, Rouge was there.
Yeah, because you would think that Silver and Shadow would be where their, other partner was, where the partner was.
Something tells me a Shadow probably believed, please, what's the point of birthdays when I don't age?
You mean but if you think about it, Rouge is kind of the Tails to Shadow Sonic, and Blaze is kind of the Tails to Silver Sonic.
Well, if you actually switch it, considering that originally Silver was the more insecure one, so I'd switch it.
But still, you get my point.
Yeah, that's true, and the final line Modern Sonic says in this game ultimately became a meme in and of itself. Hey Sonic, enjoy your future, it's gonna be great! And that became a meme.
Granted, it's more memed by the haters, but...
Yeah, especially with Forces. And actually, the post-credit game of the scene, it actually introduces a future plot hole with Lost World and Mania, and honestly, I gotta ask this now. How the fuck do they get out? Because they somehow do, and it's never explained.
Yeah, and it's like they're stuck in a white, endless void.
Oh yeah, like, at least with like a Sonic Colors, it was explained that essentially Eggman found the Time Eater while floating in space after the events of Colors. But after Generations, we get no such explanation.
Not at all.
And it still bothers me. Hey Takeshi, someone got some splaining to do.
Yep.
And that was Sonic Generations. Final thoughts. The game's still awesome. I think it's.
Oh yeah.
It's probably my second favorite, but it's still a good game.
Oh yeah, and it's like there's definitely a reason it's so well loved.
Mm-hmm. Even though some haters have tried to have effectively tried to slander it, IGN.
To be fair, you can't spell ignorant without IGN. And for the haters, well,
Suck it. We like this game.
here's the thing. You could give them Mobius and Classic Sonic on a gold platter, and they still wouldn't be happy.
Yeah. Which the next game we cover, I'm actually among the haters for it.
I mean, to be honest, the game's got a pretty big hate-dem as it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but, I mean,
guys.
you're not
So
alone.
yep. So next time we're gonna talk about Sonic Lost World. This is Melantar VA,
And this is Sakia Amano.
and we'll see all of you next time with Sonic Lost World. Bye bye.
Deuces.